Santa settles deeper into his chair, the fire crackling softly. The elves lean in, some holding mugs of cocoa, others sitting cross-legged on the rug. Santa smiles, lowers his voice just a little.
Ho, ho, ho! Now then, my little friends, this is a story I only tell when the snow outside listens carefully.
Santa begins, tapping his book gently.
This story is about a baby who loved Christmas before he even knew its name. The baby was born on a winter night so quiet that even the wind seemed to whisper. Snow pressed gently against the windows, and the world smelled of pine, warmth, and something new beginning. From the very first Christmas, the baby stared at the lights longer than anything else. Not the toys, not the ribbons, the tree. And when his tiny fingers brushed an ornament for the first time, just once, by accident he frowned, because the ornament felt cold. Why is it cold? The baby wondered, though he didn't yet have words. And somehow, deep inside that little heart, a thought took shape long before language ever could. What if the ornaments are sad? You see, as the baby grew, so did that thought. Every year the same thing happened. The boxes came down from the attic, cardboard boxes, dark boxes, quiet boxes. The baby, now a toddler, watched as the ornaments were lifted out one by one. They sparkled when the lights touched them, yes. But the moment they were placed back in their boxes, something about it didn't feel right. Why do they only come out for a little while? He asked one year. His parents smiled. That's just how Christmas works. But the boy wasn't satisfied, because in his mind, the ornaments weren't decorations. They were waiting. Here's the thing about children. Elves' children notice what adults forget. And this boy noticed that ornaments spent most of their lives in darkness, folded into cardboard, wrapped in paper, waiting for a season that always came and always left. That thought followed him every Christmas. When the boy was 5, something changed. That year he found the reindeer ornament. It wasn't the shiniest, it wasn't the newest. One of its antlers was slightly crooked, and the paint had faded around its eyes. But the boy picked it up and froze, because this reindeer wasn't looking at the tree. It was looking outward, toward the window, toward the world. And right then, the boy made a promise, though no one heard it. I won't let you be stuck looking at branches forever. So that year he hung the reindeer low on the tree. Not too low, just enough so it could see the room. And the boy smiled, because it felt right. Each year after that, the boy grew taller, and each year something small but important changed. The reindeer went higher, just a little, enough to see more of the room, enough to see the window better, enough to catch the glow of the streetlights outside. And every year the boy checked. Can you see better now? He whispered once when he thought no one was listening. The reindeer didn't answer, but the boy felt like it could. Now, here's where the story could have stayed simple, but it didn't, because growing up has a way of complicating even the gentlest ideas. When the boy became a teenager, Christmas wasn't as easy anymore. School was louder, Life was faster. People argued more. The world seemed less magical. Some years the tree went up late. Some years it felt like effort. But every time the boy still took the reindeer out first. And every year the reindeer went higher, closer to the top, closer to the ceiling, closer to the sky. One year the boy stood on a chair, stretching his arm, and hesitated. "Too high?" his parent asked. The boy shook his head. "No," he said quietly, "it needs to see farther." That's the thing about love. When it's real, it doesn't fade. It finds new ways to stay. When the boy finally grew into a young man, something else changed. That Christmas, he packed his bags. He was leaving home. New city, new streets, new life. The house felt different without him, quieter. But before he left, he climbed the ladder one last time, and he took the reindeer ornament down. The box sat open on the bed, but the ornament didn't go inside. Instead, the young man wrapped it carefully and placed it in his bag, not with decorations, with clothes, with things that mattered. "You're coming with me," he said, because how could he leave behind something that had waited so patiently to see the world? Years passed. The man traveled. Cities, trains, small apartments with fogged windows, streets glowing with unfamiliar lights. And every December, no matter how small the space there was, always a tree. Sometimes it was tall. Sometimes it was barely taller than a chair. But the reindeer always went up, and every year it went higher. Then came the year the man stood somewhere new, a place with mountains in the distance and stars brighter than he'd ever seen. That Christmas, there was no attic, no old boxes, no family voices echoing down the hallway. Just quiet, just snow, just a small tree by a wide window. The man held the reindeer ornament in his hands for a long time, and then, carefully, gently, he placed it at the very top. From there, the reindeer could see everything: the world, the sky, the distance, the future. And that, my dear elves, is when the boy finally understood something. The ornaments weren't sad because they were stored away. They were patient. They waited for the ones who remembered them, for the ones who believed they deserved more than darkness. The reindeer never needed to escape the box. It needed someone who cared enough to lift it higher each year.
Santa closes the book, though the last page is blank. The fire pops. The elves sit quietly. And for just a moment, every ornament in the workshop feels a little warmer.
And somewhere out there, that reindeer is still watching the world go by, reminding us that even the smallest things deserve a chance to see something beautiful. The end.